Welcome back to Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. I'm your host, Frank Acomb. We are broadcasting from the Hesselson studio. And in that studio, in the heart of the Gaffer District, we have Dave from Days of Incandescence. Welcome back, Dave.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
It's taken me a while to get it down. Days of Incandescence. You know, I don't know why. But we've been doing this numerous years. I think it's a tradition. How long have you been doing this?
We started originally in 2018. So
really?
Yeah, with a little pause in 2020.
I was going to say, that's a bad time to start something.
Yeah, it was just building momentum after 2019, and then we had to kind of cool the jets.
But I've got to say, you've been building momentum since the world opened up again, so to speak.
Yes.
It's growing bigger every year, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been adding. We add new stuff every year, it has been growing each of the last, especially since 2022.
Yeah.
Now we have the event in the park that we didn't have previously.
Right.
So that's a really big, huge culminating event.
Well, it's become more of it starts today, a longer event, a bigger event, where it's almost rivals some of the other big events on Market Street. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I hope our hope is that it's something that draws people for the weekend. We know people are coming from out of state, from Ohio and also as well as like Buffalo and Rochester, Syracuse, those places coming down for the weekend, and really spending Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So like you said, starts today, kick it off, and they're here for the weekend and having a great time. And
well, it kicks off today. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. No, I'll be ready on Sunday.
No, you're quick to answer. Yes. Yeah. How long does it take you to plan? Do you start pretty much right at the end?
Yeah, all year long.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
So it's never enough time.
I'm sure
it's crazy.
Well, and I wanted to start off the interview with this, and I didn't. And first of all, congratulations. So
Thanks.
In 2024, you're named one of Best October Events in New York State.
Yeah.
That's a huge honor.
Yeah,
That's
Travel
Pulse.
Travel Pulse, yeah.
And then in 2025, Time Out named you the event of one of the best Halloween events in the U.S.
Yeah.
Got to be a little overwhelming. Did you expect that when you first kicked it off?
No, I mean, our hope. Our hope is that it becomes one of those big draws that people want to come to every year, because we're trying to transform, Corning into 1880s Corning with actors in costume.
Right.
More and more, like when we have the libations crawl on Friday, a lot of people actually come dressed up. Sometimes they have better costumes than the actors,
sure.
So that's the intention was to have it grow into something special like that, but we didn't expect those accolades. It's really nice.
And the thing is, I mean, it's a huge honor to be called Best Halloween Event in the U.S.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think of it as more than a Halloween event.
Yes.
Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, no. I mean, the Halloween is is part of the essence of it, but it's actually, it's local history, right? We're embracing the history that Corning's role in playing and getting light out into the world, right? So it's really a celebration of light and glass.
Yeah, and it does have a Halloween-y feel to
absolutely.
it. But I do want to, because I'm sure there's people that somehow haven't heard of it yet. Tell us a little bit about the Days of Incandescence.
Yeah, so going back historically, it's set in 1880, 1887, or 1879 and 1880 is when Corning Glass started making light bulbs for Thomas Edison, the glass. Apparently the story goes that there was one of the shop boys actually blew the first bubble that was the right shape.
Oh, wow.
But later 3 men claimed to be that boy.
Okay,
so there was this
that's
mystery,
how it goes, right?
So we embraced that mystery and said, okay, there's these phantoms that show up and they help get light out in the world, and they're the ones who blew that first bubble. So we do have that supernatural element to tie into Halloween.
Yeah.
But it's also based on local and world history. And we basically have, as you said, we added a lot of things. So tonight, is guided walking tours. There's a cemetery tour. Those have all sold out. They sell out very quickly.
Well, that's great for you guys. I mean, that goes to show you the draw and the popularity of it.
It is. It's been astonishing, really, because people just really love it, which is great, and that's what we were hoping for. And then tomorrow, Friday, is the libations crawl. There's still tickets available for that. There are 12 spots here on Market Street, and there'll be a winery, a brewery, a meadery, a distillery in one of those spots, so people can go in and do tastings.
You don't have to dress up.
You don't.
You're
have
just
to dress
encouraging.
Up. We're encouraging it. Yeah, and a lot of people do for fun. But you can just come, whatever.
Yeah.
And you get a tasting vessel. You get a wristband, and you walk around and kind of stroll Market Street, go into some shops you might not have been in, and taste some locally produced wines, beer, that sort of thing. Yeah.
And it is all local. You even go back to, you talk about the Corning history. A lot of the costumed people are dressing up as a Corning historical figure, maybe.
Yeah, residents of Corning, actual historical figures. You're right.
Isn't that interesting?
And they're kind of doing these little vignettes this year, which will be like, Frederick Carter having a conversation with T.G. Hawks down by the Hawks building.
How
so
perfect.
It's really fun. Yeah.
Wow, this is really impressive, if I can say, just to see
Appreciate
how much it has grown from the very beginning. But you mentioned the guided historic walking tours; they're all sold out. I'm not going to focus too much on that. But going back to the themed libation crawl, I like that. What can people expect? So that's Friday. That's tomorrow. What should people know if they want to participate in that?
So again, they can get tickets if they want online. They go to the explorestuben.com, and we have the Days of Incandescence page right there. It's got a link to tickets. You can also get tickets that day. So if you come that day, you can get tickets at the event.
Okay.
They'll get a tasting glass. They'll get wristbands, and then it's basically, and they'll get a little map of the different shops that have the vendors in them.
Perfect.
And then they stroll around. It's from 5 to 9. It's a really fun evening. There'll be some folk music playing in Centerway Square for a while. There'll be some other folk music and other entertainment on the street.
Oh, wow.
So it's just basically a casual adult trick or treat.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
You don't have to go in and knock on a door or anything like that. You just go in and taste.
And I want to talk about Saturday's event too, because that's kind of the culmination.
Yeah,
every
sure.
day, Thursdays, Friday, both fun for different reasons.
Right.
Saturday's a big thing. Have you always had live folk music? Because I saw that in there.
We have tried to, yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's as close as we can get to 1880s, what they would have had. Right, and it's more of fitting. It's acoustic, so it's not, amplified or anything like that. And we have that. We'll have a couple different acts as well on Saturday playing music. Again, we have the world record pumpkin carver there.
I got to hear more about this.
And then we have, the blacksmith from Heritage Village will be doing blacksmithing demonstrations. There's a juggler. There's a magician. Lots of vendors, food. So there's just a variety of things. It's an old-time festival,
right?
But again, things people that would have done in 1880, like there's a potter, So there's people that are doing crafts that have been around for quite a long time.
And you even mentioned that the Headless Horseman is going to be there.
Headless Horseman, yeah. Very cool.
But I want to hear more about. I mean, I don't even know how someone wins Guinness Book for pumpkin carving, but it's very impressive. Tell me, because this is his second year.
Yes, he was here last year.
Yeah.
Eric
So
Jones.
what does he do? Does he do a bunch of pumpkins? One big pumpkin? How's it work?
Yeah, I mean, he'll bring one giant pumpkin, and then he'll bring probably 2 or 3 or 4 other smaller pumpkins, and he'll carve those. He's great with interacting with the kids and people. So, and he gives you techniques. He'll teach you how he's doing something. So give you pointers to go home. Last year, he actually had some kids come up on stage and kind of do a little carving on a spot.
Oh, that's great.
He's very creative, very engaging for the crowd. He's also very popular because he does a lot of the Bill's ice sculptures and snow stuff. So a lot of people know him from that.
How appropriate.
And he's won, he won one of the shows on the Food Network.
Yeah, I saw that.
So he's an accomplished guy. Yeah, every year, now that he's got all these connections, he says every year he gets to go buy the biggest pumpkin in the world and then carve it. So that's a pretty good gig. He goes all over the country and all over the world doing that. Yeah.
World-renowned pumpkin carver.
Yeah.
Imagine, I'd like to interview him sometime and just. When he was in high school, is that what he wanted?
No. He actually started out as a 2D artist, so drawing and stuff like that. He does a lot of. He said he's done over, I think. I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of caricatures. And he started doing that, and then started doing the sculpting to just advance his 2D art, and he really fell in love with the sculpting and has made a career out of it.
What a cool story. World record pumpkins, carver Eric Jones, and that's from 2:30 till 6:30.
Yes.
So what time does all the fun start on Saturday?
So on Saturday, that's the first thing, 2:30 to 6:30,
okay.
and then the actual event in the park starts from 4 to 8.
Okay.
So you can go watch him, come over into the park, and have a great time. And there's some vintage games that from back from the Victorian era that people can play and stuff like that too.
And you said there's food. Food brings out everybody.
Yeah.
So if nothing else, come out and get a meal and enjoy and take in, because it is not to sound like a hippie, but a cool vibe.
Yeah, the great vibe.
And I like the feeling of it. It definitely makes you feel like you're in fall.
Yeah.
I was excited when I was out back moving my car, and I saw some of the lights going up and
we've been hanging them.
Yeah.
Yep. We've been hanging the lights, so it looks nice. It's just got that small town feel, and you said vibe. It's got that going, and it is a Halloween related event, so it's not scary. It's spooky kind of, but it's just like fun. Yeah. It's not.
And it's a family event. I mean, because you even have, I saw the horse and wagon rides, which has become so synonymous with so many, right?
Yeah, and I sadly just learned today that that's probably not going to happen.
Oh,
breaking
news!
That's
breaking
okay.
news here. That's
bad
for you. Good for me.
Good for you.
No.
I just literally learned that within the last hour.
Okay,
so, but we're going to pivot and do a few other things. And
it's not like you don't have enough going on.
No, we've got storytelling. We've got, like I said, the music, and we've got stuff. We've got a lot of stuff for the family.
So where should people? I mean, parking is always difficult on any event.
Yeah.
They're aiming for Centerway, though, right?
Yes.
So you want to be as close to Centerway as possible.
Yes.
To
Centerway
take it all
Centennial Park. Right by the river.
So what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to seeing how everybody reacts, because I mean, it's just seeing people have fun. When we're not an event organization,
right.
So this is out of our wheelhouse usually. So putting this on and seeing people come and just really enjoy it. We've had some people who've come the last few years, and they come for the whole weekend, and it's like mom and her son, or family, and just to see them come back and how excited they get about it. We've added a new thing too this year. We're going to have a dance routine being done on the fountain. At 7:00, so that'll be a lot of fun. Some young local dancers will be doing a little routine, so that'll be fun too. So I think that'll be interesting to see.
So you're adding on, and you've got the newspaper again this year.
Yeah, we have
gives
a newspaper.
You all the information.
It's got the outside is all actually history from around 1880.
Oh wow!
And then the inside is like a program basically. It has all the stuff that's happening throughout the 3 days.
So how many volunteers and help behind the scene do you think this takes?
Well, it's pretty much our team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then the Gaffer District helps us with a lot of things. So it's basically those two organizations, working together. It's something that we run, but the Gaffer District really helps us facilitate it. Just like yesterday, we spent almost the whole day putting those lights up.
Yeah, it looks great.
Thanks. Yeah, and we do have some volunteers this year coming to help. We probably have a half dozen people helping, but. We can always use more because
I'll let you say
it is a big lift. So
yeah, well, that's what I mean. That just seems like kind of overwhelming.
Yes.
And when you look at throughout the year, when you do when you mention the newspaper and the history aspect to it, is this something you were researching throughout the year too?
Yeah, researching throughout the year. So I'm lucky I can go to the Ray Kyle Library and do a lot of research over there. And but it's not just glass history; it's local history, world history. And then creating the new piece every year. It's a new newspaper.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I'm looking forward. I'm glad you brought me one because I definitely look forward to reading it. So, what an amazing way! Can people learn more about the original story online too?
We transitioned our website. So there will be information about the original story, like the Edison's involvement and all that stuff. But that's something that is not. I don't think it's currently on the website.
Okay.
It will be probably in the beginning part of the year.
Okay.
But
so I'm asking all the worst questions.
No,
okay.
No, I mean it's great for knowledge. I mean you're going to get some of that background information, but the actual in-depth story. We had it on our old website. We just have to add it on the new one. So.
And you can find out more. You see the website there on the bottom, just about the event. What should someone know if they haven't been? Just before we go, what should they know about this weekend's events?
I just think come and you're gonna learn. It's kind of fun because you're gonna learn about local history.
Right.
But it's not like in your face didactic, kind of teaching.
Right.
It's basically like an opportunity to engage with people who are having a great time.
Right.
And the vendors a lot of the vendors come in costume, so a lot of it's just a lot of fun. And again, kind of like a step back in time, really.
Yeah.
It's kind of like embracing that small town historic celebration.
And it is, because we talk about community so much on this program, I like it because it is embracing Corning, New York.
Yeah.
And our surrounding area and the history. And I think that's important. And it's a good opportunity for kids to maybe hear a side of Corning that they didn't know about.
Right.
And get excited. So, well, best of luck.
Thank
I know
you.
we'll be talking in a year.
Yep.
Enjoy it.
Appreciate it.
Rest on Monday. And then
Work on it.
all right. Well, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks a lot.
All right. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking.